Hello everyone, my name is Sohan Azad Rabbi. Today I am going to talk about sociology of food. First of all, I want to say where does the food comes from? Actually, the food comes from meats, vegetables and more. In the United States, diet depends on crops from the Mediterranean and West Asia like wheat, barley, chickpeas, almond and others. Meanwhile, the US farm economy is centered on soybeans from East Asia, maize from Mexico and Central America, as well as wheat and other crops from Mediterranean. The US is itself the origin of sunflowers, which countries from Argentina to China grow and consume. The top four countries market to the United States beef in 2017 were Japan, South Africa, South Korea, Mexico, and Hong Kong. At least 75% of the grass-fed beef consumed in America comes from Australia, New Zealand, or Uruguay. About 50% of vegetables and 40% of fruit imported to US are grown in Mexico, according to US Department of Agricultural data. Secondly, I want to say how does fast food are made. Although a vast variety of food can be cooked fast food is a commercial term limited to food sold in a restaurant or a store with frozen, preheated, or pre-cooked ingredients and served to the customers in a package form for takeout or takeaway. The Foods Laws and Regulation. US federal food law applies to all food in interstate commerce. Food not in interstate commerce are regulated only by state law. Most food fit the definition of being in interstate commerce. However, because they are moved across a state line and an ingredient has been moved across a state line, the Food Safety and Inspection Service, called FSIS, of the US Department of Agriculture, the US Food and Drug Administration FDA, and the Centers for Disease Control and the Prevention CDC serve important roles in ensuring food safety in the United States. Which companies supply food to the US? There are a couple of restaurant chains that have a big enough distribution network to make it into the top 20 food distribution. And there are Golden State Foods, Shamrock Food Corporation, KEH Distributor, Main Papers and Food Services, PGF Customized, G&J Transportation Services, Vista Transportation, Buffalo Rock Corporation, Domino's, Panera, Sesco Corporation, US Foods, McLean Food Service, Performance Food Service, Jordan Food Service, Reinhardt Food Service, the Martin Brown Corporation, Dot Transportation, Ben Ecate Corporation, Food Services of America. The use of pesticide in farms. In the United States, pesticides are used 900,000 farms and in 70 million households. Herbicides are the most widely used types of pesticide. Agriculture uses 75% of all pesticides, but 85% of all US households have at least one pesticide in storage and 63% have 1 to 5 stored. Monsanto seeds. Monsanto's genetically modified seeds have transformed the company and are radically altering global agriculture. So far, the company has produced GM seeds for soybeans, corn, canola, and cotton. The seed bank. A seed bank stores seeds to reserve genetic diversity, hence, it is a type of gene bank. There are many reasons to store seeds. One is to preserve the genes that plant breeders need to increase yield, disease resistant, drought tolerance, nutritional quality, taste, etc. of crop. Farmers markets and the slow food movement. A farmers market, or the farmers market according to the AP style book, is a physical retail marketplace intended to sell foods directly by farmers to consumers. Slow food was started by Carlo Petrini and a group of activists in the 1980s with the initial aim to defend regional traditions, good foods, gastronomic pleasure, and a slow pace of life. The rise of organic farming, how food is distributed. Organic farmers can be defined as a system of management and agricultural production that combines a high level of biodiversity with environmental practices and preserve natural resources and has rigorous standards for animal welfare. There are more than 14,000 certified organic farms in the United States in 2016. According to the latest available data from the US Department of Agriculture National Agricultural Statistics Service, this represents a 56% increase from 2011. Organic products have entered into the mainstream market. A similar mainstream value chain has developed for organic products being sold through conventional outlets. Traditional retail, with its focus on profit, seeks consistent supplies of products. Import and export practices around the world. The top countries exporting to the US is Mexico, Germany, Vietnam, China, Japan, Canada, UK, Mexico, Japan. Food packaging messages. The quantity or the size of the product, the composition of the project, the method of manufacture, the place and the date of manufacture, endorsement by people or organization, the product's fitness for a state purpose. The location of fast food chains in relation to low income areas in the United States. The fast food habits of Americans in 40s and 50s found that lower income people were less likely to regularly eat fast food than the middle class people. Although in that study they did consume slightly more fast food than the people in top income brackets. So it is very common for low income areas to have less branches of fast food chains than popular areas. The geographical difference in food distribution, class inequity, how food is consumed. The current distribution of wealth amongst global populations is nowhere near being as equal as it should be. Countries that are considered first world, such as North America, Australia, Switzerland, and Japan, tend to consume a great proportion of the world's resources. 20% of the world's population consumes 80% of the resources available, while the remaining 80% consumes 20% of the resources available is a common illustration of the way unequal wealth distribution exists. Alarming statistics have been calculated which show that a quarter of the income of the world's richest 100 people could be redistributed to solve extreme poverty for a year. Do you know what's in your food? A study of nutritional facts and food education. Obesity is generally caused by eating too much and moving too little. If you consume high amount of energy, particularly fat and sugars, but do not burn off the energy through exercise and physical activity, much of the surplus energy will be stored by the body as fat. The following is a quick guide to reading the nutrition facts label. Step number 1, start with the serving size. Step number 2, check out the total calories. Step number 3, let the person daily values be a guide. Step number 4, check out the nutrition terms. Step number 5, choose low in saturated fat and added sugar and sodium. Step number 6, get enough vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Step number 7, consider the additional nutrients. The difference in serving sizes over time. The data reveal that over the past 20 years, hamburgers have expanded by 23%. A plate of Mexican food is 27% bigger. Soft drinks have increased in size by 52%. Snacks, whether they be potato chips, pretzels, or crackers, are 60% larger. Where do people eat? Most of the people normally eat at home, not and other than the people have option of having food from restaurants, hotels, motels, and also from the roadside food vans. Family dinner and the modern day. The modern lifestyle leaves little time for a family to spend together. Working night shift, studying, having extracurriculum activities, we have no opportunity of shared meal. Today, eating has a purely psychological value. If human could survive without food, they would not spend their time on meal. Years ago, shared meal provided communication, socialization, manners, and etiquette. Today, we do not much bother about family connection, having dinner during screen time. Are we what we eat? A study on obesity. Nutrition facts levels help to maintain better eating habits and aid in attaining a balanced energy level. Food high in sugar and fat content uh, tend to be more palatable and therefore become favorite staples. So it's even more important to be aware of their nutritional output. Limit these foods and drinks. Sugar, sweetened beverage like soda, fruit drinks, sports drinks, fruit juice, like no more than a small amount per day. Refined grains like wheat bread, white rice, like white pasta and sweet potatoes, baked or fries, red meat like beef, pork, lamb, and processed meat like salami, ham, bacon, sausage. Child obesity. In the past 3 decades, the prevalence of childhood obesity has more than doubled in children and tripled in adolescents. For children and adolescents ages 2 to 19 years in 2017 to 2018, the prevalence of obesity was 19.3% and affected about 14.4 million children and adolescents. Obesity prevalence was 13.4% among 2 to 5-year old, 20.3% among 6 to 11 years old, and 21.2 among 12 to 19 years old. Childhood obesity is also more common among certain population. Obesity prevalence was 25.6 among Hispanic children, 24.2 among non-Hispanic black children, 16.1 among non-Hispanic white children, and 8.7% among non-Hispanic Asian children. Has technology changed the way we eat? Technology is not just changing the way we communicate, it's changing the way we eat. According to the Josie Modern Food Trends Report, 39% of respondents claim social media influences their current eating behavior, with Gen yes most likely to be influenced 64.4%. Vegetarian, vegan, and other with personal food regulation based on a sampling of 11,000 adults aged 17 and over. Only 2% of Americans are vegetarian. Only 1 in 4 vegetarians, or 0.5% of the USA adult population, is vegan. Only half of 1% of the USA population, or 1.62 million of US in vegan. Vegans can't eat any food made from animal. A vegetarian diet should include a diverse mix of fruits, vegetables, grains, healthy fats, and proteins. How the media advertising food to spread the word their products. Traditional advertising campaigns can work for most players in the industry, including wholesalers, grocery retailers, and restaurants. Businesses in the food industry make wide use of traditional media outlets such as televisions, magazine, newspapers, radio, in school marketing, product replacements, kids club, and the internet. Attitudes toward GMOs. One specific concern is the possibility for GMOs, the to negatively affect human health. This could result from difference in nutritional content, allergic response, or undesired side effects such as toxicity, organ damage, or gene transfer. FDA regulates most human and animals foods, including GMO foods. In doing so, FDA makes sure that the food that are GMOs or have GMOs ingredients meet the same strict safety standard as all others food. How eating habits change over time. Modern day cooking allows for less time than the days gone by. Long gone are the hours spent slaving over the stove. Instead, convenience food has become much more popular, with people reaching for convenience food and microwave meals several times a week. Cheap international travel, international trade, and the internet allows us to have diversified foods. Thank you so much for watching the video.